The Pet Psychics Parade. Jessie decided to organize a pet parade after sensing the neighborhood animals had a lot to say about their owners. She sent out flyers, promising a fun event where pets could show off their unique personalities and skills. The excitement grew as owners prepared their pets for the big day, each hoping to win the Best in Show award. Frank, the grumpy neighbor, wanted nothing to do with the parade, but his cat, Whiskers, had other plans. Maggie, who owned the perfectly groomed poodle named Fluffy, was determined to outshine everyone at the event. Charlie, a mischievous dog with a penchant for chaos, was more interested in causing trouble than winning any awards. Jessie started receiving strange messages from the pets, each with its own set of demands and parade day expectations. Whiskers insisted on wearing a cape and crown, much to Frank's dismay, as he tried to avoid the parade entirely. Fluffy demanded a luxurious float, complete with satin cushions, to match her glamorous poodle persona. Charlie simply wanted to run freely and chase anything that moved, completely disregarding the parade's structure. As the day approached, Jessie realized that her psychic abilities were creating more chaos than she anticipated. The pets began to communicate directly with Jessie during her meditation sessions, leading to increasingly bizarre requests. Maggie's competitive nature pushed her to spend a small fortune on Fluffy's float, turning it into a mobile throne. Frank finally gave in to Whiskers' demands, crafting a homemade cape and crown with materials from the dollar store. Charlie's owner, Sarah, decided to let him be himself, knowing that trying to control him was a lost cause. Jessie attempted to coordinate the parade lineup, but the pets had other ideas, reshuffling themselves as they pleased. On the morning of the parade, Jessie found herself juggling last-minute changes from both the pets and their owners. Whiskers refused to leave Frank's house without a proper royal procession, complete with trumpet sounds. Fluffy's float required a team of 4 to push it, as the poodle sat regally on her throne, surveying her kingdom. Charlie was already running circles around the starting point, barking at invisible squirrels and dodging parade officials. The parade began with Jessie at the front, desperately trying to keep things organized while the pets followed her lead. Whiskers marched with regal pride, cape fluttering in the wind, while Frank grumbled quietly behind. Fluffy's float rolled slowly down the street, causing a traffic jam as onlookers stopped to admire the extravagant display. Charlie darted in and out of the parade line, stealing hats, scarves, and snacks from unsuspecting spectators. The crowd erupted in laughter as Charlie snagged a hot dog from a vendor, sparking a wild chase through the street. Jessie's attempts to regain control were futile, as the pets seemed to have taken over the parade completely. Maggie, frustrated by the chaos, tried to steer Fluffy's float back on course but was met with resistance from her pampered pet. Whiskers, feeling the power of his royal attire, decided to take a detour, leading a group of cats into a nearby garden. Charlie continued his antics, now sporting a child's baseball cap he'd picked up during his playful rampage. Despite the pandemonium, the parade was a hit with the community, who found the unpredictable pets endlessly entertaining. Jessie tried to announce the Best in Show award, but the pets had already crowned Charlie the unofficial winner. Frank, who had been reluctant to join, found himself laughing as Whiskers commandeered a nearby fountain as his throne. Maggie finally relaxed, realizing that even her perfectly planned float couldn't compete with the sheer joy of the moment. The pets, now fully in charge, decided to take the parade through the park, leading their owners on a wild goose chase. Jessie, exhausted but happy, let the parade take its own course, embracing the chaos she had inadvertently unleashed. Charlie's antics became the highlight of the day, with residents cheering him on as he continued his carefree run. Fluffy, seeing how much fun everyone was having, jumped off her float and joined the other pets in the spontaneous park romp. Whiskers, satisfied with his royal adventure, returned to Frank's side, allowing the old man a rare moment of pride. The parade wound its way back to the starting point, where Jessie prepared to give a closing speech to the participants. However, the pets had one final surprise, gathering together in a united howl, meow, and bark, echoing across the neighborhood. Jessie realized that the pets had successfully communicated their true desires: freedom, fun, and a bit of chaos. The event ended with a community picnic, where pets and owners alike shared stories of the day's hilarious events. Frank, once the parade's biggest critic, found himself enjoying the company of his neighbors and their eccentric pets. Maggie, finally letting go of her competitive streak, joined in the laughter, Fluffy happily playing in the grass nearby. Charlie, the star of the day, flopped down in the middle of the picnic, content with his newfound fame. Jessie, reflecting on the day, understood that the true success of the parade was in the joy it brought to everyone involved. The pets, now tired from their adventures, napped peacefully as their owners chatted and laughed over shared experiences. Jessie, relieved that the event had ended on a high note, decided that next year's parade would embrace the chaos from the start. The community, once divided by their pets' quirks, had come together in a way no one had expected, thanks to the chaotic parade. As the sun set, Jessie packed up the last of the parade supplies, already imagining what the next year's event might bring. Frank, carrying Whiskers in one arm, thanked Jessie for organizing the parade, surprising himself with his newfound appreciation for the event. Maggie, with Fluffy by her side, offered to help Jessie with future parades, excited to see what unpredictable fun awaited. Charlie, still full of energy, tugged at his leash, ready for another round of mischief, but Sarah managed to keep him in check. The pets had spoken, and their message was clear: sometimes, letting go of control leads to the most memorable moments. Jessie couldn't wait to see what the neighborhood's pets would come up with next, knowing that no amount of planning could contain them. The parade had transformed from a simple event into a celebration of community spirit, with every pet and owner playing a part. As Jessie walked home, she smiled, knowing that her role as the pet's psychic had brought more than just predictions, it had brought joy. The neighborhood, now united by the parade's delightful chaos, looked forward to the next event, where anything could happen. Jessie realized that the best parades weren't the ones perfectly planned, but the ones that allowed pets and people to truly be themselves.